Now, Dr. Lee was hired by Baldwin County Public Schools 4 years ago, and as I mentioned in his resignation letter that you see here, he says it had a shared vision for what makes up good schools. But what has been accomplished in that time? We're taking a look back. When Dr. Alan Lee came on board as the new superintendent for Baldwin County Public Schools, there was a lot of work to do. The former superintendent of a small school system in Virginia was now in a bigger county with bigger problems. The school system had just ended with hundreds of layoffs. Students were enrolling at a pace faster than the system could handle, and there were concerns about whether the system could provide a quality education for everyone. Lee spent the first 3 days of his job traveling across the county.
Right now what I'm trying to do is to meet as many people as I can, not only school employees, but people in the community.
2 years after taking the position, in an effort to save the system's shrinking budget, Lee pushed for a 1-cent sales tax extension that was initially passed to make up for state funding shortfalls. The tax passed by a wide margin for another 5 years.
I'm just absolutely elated. I just can't say enough about how good I feel about the voters in Baldwin County and a recognition of the schools and what we're doing.
But the tax wasn't good enough to help the school system keep up with a growing Baldwin County. Despite that increasing population, the system hadn't seen a new school since 2007.
Time frame is we needed schools 3 years ago. We're gaining about 800 students a year right now, and that's roughly an elementary-sized school.
Lee sought the advice from the community with a series of meetings to help the school system decide which direction to take.
There's got to be some source in the future if people want to build schools for their children, and that's why we're going out into the community to let people know what the facts are and let them make up their mind. And if the voters should decide that they want better schools and they want more facilities for their children, then that's a decision they're going to have to make at some point.
Lee's biggest initiative, the digital renaissance. Hundreds of students getting brand new MacBook computers because Lee said 21st century employers expected computer savvy students. But just recently, the city of Orange Beach approved a feasibility to weigh the pros and cons of an independent system, possibly paving the way for the first city-run system in the county. An indication that, at least to some, the job Lee set out to do wasn't good enough. Dr. Lee replaced Farron Hollinger. Per his contract, Lee gave a 90-day notice. He says his last day will be November 1st. His letter of resignation, by the way, is up on our website, fox10tv.com.